Welcome to Aunt Betty's Stories. The story, The King of the Cats, is an English folktale written by Joseph Jacobs in the 1800s. The version we will hear is from this book, The Young Folks' Shelf of Books, Volume 1, and it was published in 1938. But there's a word in the story that we don't really use today, and I feel that it's important to know the meaning of the word that the author intended. So, the word is sexton, and a sexton is a person who takes care of church property, including the church cemetery. But don't be afraid, there's nothing scary in the story. It just happens to be part of a set in the cemetery where this person works. Well, enough of me talking, let's get to the story. The King o' the Cats by Joseph Jacobs. One winter's evening, the sexton's wife was sitting by the fireside with her big black cat, old Tom, on the other side, both half asleep and waiting for the master to come home. They waited and they waited, but still he didn't come, till at last he came rushing in, calling out, "Who's Tommy Tildrum?" in such a wild way that both his wife and his cat stared at him to know what was the matter. "Why, what's the matter?" said his wife, "and why do you want to know who Tommy Tildrum is?" "Oh, I've had such an adventure. I was digging away at old Mr. Fordyce's grave, when I suppose I must have dropped asleep, and only woke by hearing a cat's meow." "Meow," said old Tom in answer. "Yes, just like that. So I looked over the edge of the grave, and what do you think I saw?" "Now, how can I tell?" said his wife. "Why, 9 black cats, all like our friend Tom here, all with a white spot on their chestes. And what do you think they were carrying? Why, a small coffin covered with a black velvet pall, and on the pall was a small coronet, all of gold. And at every third step they took, they cried all together, 'Meow!'" "Meow," said old Tom again. "Yes, just like that," said the sexton. "And as they came nearer and nearer to me, I could see them more distinctly, because their eyes shone out with a sort of green light. Well, they all came toward me, 8 of them, carrying the coffin, and the biggest cat of all walking in front for all the world like, but, look at our Tom, how he's looking at me. You'd think he knew what I was saying." Go on, said his wife. "Never mind old Tom. Well, as I was a-saying, they came toward me, slowly and solemnly, and at every third step crying all together, 'Meow!' 'Meow!' said old Tom again. "Yes, just like that, till they came and stood right opposite Mr. Fordyce's grave, where I was, when they all stood still and looked straight at me. I did feel queer, that I did. But look at old Tom, he's looking at me just like they did." Go on, said his wife. "Never mind old Tom. Where was I? Oh, they all stood still looking at me, when the one that wasn't carrying the coffin came forward, and staring straight at me, said to me, yes, I tell 'ee, said to me with a squeaky voice, 'Tell Tom Tildrum that Tim Toldrum's dead.' And that's why I ask you if you knew who Tom Tildrum was. For how can I tell Tom Tildrum, Tim Toldrum's dead, if I don't know who Tom Tildrum is?" Look at old Tom! Look at old Tom!" screamed his wife. And well he might look, for Tom was swelling, and Tom was staring. And at last Tom shrieked out, "What? Old Tim dead? Then I'm king of the cats," and rushed up the chimney and was never more seen.